Good morning. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters, Juicy Jones HQ. And I want all of you to be having a good Saturday morning. This is Vape AM, and we're going to have a little interview today. Not interview, we have a guest, Brady Bier, today. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about Star Wars. We're going to talk about new RDAs we're getting, RTAs, 2700 mods, everything. So you guys in chat, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to bring Brady on here, and we're going to start drinking coffee and waking up with our vape. There he is. Is he on mute or is he off mute? I think I have it muted. Excuse me.
Been muted?
There you are, buddy. Muted. Good morning.
What's up, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just as you, I am inversely caffeine gifted. So I'm drinking caffeine. It's working on my body. With the spice comes clarity of thought. I can't remember my Mentat chant right now, but I would do it as a real Dune nerd. Yeah, I would. Yeah. How was stuff on the East Coast, buddy?
It's a little cold and dreary, but I got a beanie on, and I'm drinking some Mountain Dew because I don't have any coffee right now. My favorite color.
So. Oh, it's a crime to have to drink carbonated beverages in the morning. Hey, there's our friend Dennis, Double D's. Hi, M's. Hey, Muhammad. Hey, Arian. Everybody, good morning. And good evening for y'all. There's South Africa and England, and those guys are having a nice evening. You and I are waking up. I love the international flair of my channel. I absolutely love it. We have people from Abu Dhabi all the way to Malaysia, to England and Canada, England, and obviously the United States, too, Florida, everywhere, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're good, man. I'm still waking up.
Yeah.
And now that we got the show working, I went through this furious amount of effort to get the show working, and now I'm like, There's our friend Jim. Jim Boctration just went over to the Birmingham, UK. Vape show, and he saw Van Gogh. Van Gogh is finally in the UK. So all of y'all, you can get right now. You can get Cactus Django, and you can get Frozen Ophelia, and then they're going to bring more flavors as they go. They didn't want to go to the expense and trouble of after the testing bringing every flavor out. So they're going to bring them out as they have demand, and those two are their big flavors. One is a menthol, and one is Cactus Django, which is jackfruit and lychee. This is the only vape with lychee in it in the world that doesn't make me instantly want to throw up. And there's something about lychee, just that flavor makes me nauseous.
I've never tried, so I can't really comment. So.
You'd probably like it. Almost everyone likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a thing with me. It does something to me. Hey, Double D's, everyone's asking. Good channel with hey, thanks guys. And Double D says that spice here or something else. So I meant the Dune spice, Arrakis. You know that Frank Herbert was born in Spokane, Washington, just northeast of me here. So that's where he's from. So I guess I got to not talk about spice when it comes to the UK. I guess it's some kind of drug lingo or whatever. We don't have that here. We certainly have whatever drug it is. We just don't have that lingo in Seattle. I don't know what that is.
They call it that over here. It's not over. It's the synthetic marijuana. They call it spice.
Ew, that sounds terrible. Why?
Yeah.
Why synthesize marijuana? It's got to be something.
So that they can pass their drug tests. That's the main allure.
Wow. Wow.
The lengths people go, man. You know,
dude. So I'm looking here. Jim Boctration, he's on the Eatin' Mess, and his friend on the Belgian waffle. Oh my God, that Belgian waffle is so delicious. They're talking about the International Delights line, and it's the one that I reviewed. Actually, I reviewed that last year. I think like a week ago. It's the last video I did. It's the relabels of the Van Gogh stuff. J1790 Vapes, great to see you, buddy. Up in the frozen north, also. It's some bad fake weed stuff, and it makes you a zombie. That's what M says. Hey, there you go. Fake zombie weed. Hey. And hey, there's Julie Dickinson, too. I'm so happy to see everybody. Oh, I didn't see you up there, too. Julie Dickinson's been here for a while. And Tony Asunciano is there, too. So we're just going to talk about random stuff. I want all of you guys in the audience, first of all, just to say hi and get your cup of coffee and start vaping. And also start asking us questions or start talking about stuff you're excited about, because that's what we're doing. We were just going to gab about stuff we're excited about. The thing I'm most excited about is that Brady got his Ultra.
Banana,
yeah.
Banana.
So we did this yesterday on Instagram. We opened it up, and it was kind of fun. And
way fun.
Yeah, besides just and like his, for some reason, his is rattling tune. Mine is a warranty because I'm getting a replacement for the tarnish on the 24 karat gold tarnish on mine wearing off. It's 24 karat gold. They're plated though. I wouldn't want a gold mod. I mean, you would literally, you'd probably be able to bend it with your hand, right? If it were hollow, like,
Yeah, something like that.
it'd be so fragile.
Yeah, melt in your hands.
It'd be awful.
Yeah.
Oh, you just reminded me. You know how you were saying it's freezing and frigid? I've been looking at your Instagram. If you, oh, by the way, follow him on Instagram. It's VAPER at Arabic numeral 4. Oh, okay. I'll put it in the chat.
VAPOR.
I'll put a link in the chat. Or in the description after the show. I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Right on.
Anyway, I've been looking at his Instagram and it's like snowing all the time in the morning. I'm like, oh, here it comes. And so yesterday was the first day in Seattle. It's weird. The day after Halloween, it started snowing. I can only remember one time before this when it was snowy before Halloween. That was in the 90s. We went snowboarding once before Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. 1 year. My friend called me and he was like, yeah, there's like 10 inches. It's gross, but we got to go. Because it's before Halloween. I was like, yes, sir. I'm on good. Let's go. And it was a terrible day, but it was before Halloween. We were like, oh my God, it's open. They opened the resort. So
yeah, our resort just got, I saw pictures on the news. The resort got a good bed laid up there.
Do you like going skiing, snowboarding?
I do. It's a good old time, grand time. I like our winter time activities we have here.
That's awesome, dude. I'm going to spend one instant here looking at the chat.
Go ahead.
Oh my God, Double Decent is 5 pounds. I love you, Ems. I think you're the greatest person in the history of the world. So remember, also, you can use the super chat system to send donations to this channel, and that's nice because YouTube no longer gives any money to anybody related to vaping. They flagged all of my videos as being unappealing to advertisers because they're tobacco related. And so, just so you guys know, I no longer make any income on YouTube. I used to make a small amount of income on YouTube that at least made it worth it to go in front of the camera and do this, but now nothing. So thanks, Ems. You're the best. I appreciate that, gal. I think you're great. Julie says she's in love with Texas Tough. I love it too. She says she thought there'd be a difference, but the stuff is like silk. I want to bathe in it. It's true. Mm-hmm. Thank you for changing my world, Juicy. Yeah, Texas Tough when you touch it is wonderful, and it doesn't. You know how your cotton bacon and your Ango rabbits and those they disintegrate? Yeah, baby. Texas Tough. They disintegrate over time, right? And they just turn into gloopy mist. It pulls apart because they're spongy. They're not strandy. They're spongy. Oh, Muhammad says, why can't I send a donation? You know, that's so nice of you too. It's got to have something to do with local currencies and Google agreements and all that crap, right? It's got to have something to do with something with that because it's impossible to tell.
Sometimes I think a lot of times the issue is the platform you're running it on. If you got a iPhone, sometimes there's an issue there. You don't even have the option for doing the donation for the, what is it?
Super chat.
Super chat, yes. Super chat option if you got an iPhone and you use the YouTube app. But they said the way to get around that is go directly to the YouTube website, log in from there, and then from the website on your browser, you should be able to use the super chat option.
Oh, there you go. So use your browser if you want to do that.
There's your tidbit.
Yeah, that's good. And, Jim Boctration is reminding me, too, that I need to set up a Patreon. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to set up a Patreon so that you guys can send $1 a month or $5 a month. And I'm going to set it up so that, if you send a certain amount of money, I'll give you actual producer credits on every one. And I'll roll a title credit at the end. And then you'll get IMDb producer credits on my show. And I have almost 200 episodes. It's not like we're new here. I've got 100 episodes of vape. I mean, I have a lot of videos. It's really irritating to me that the world is organized around denying vaping its own voice and outside of tobacco, and that we're lumped in with that criminal, terrible substance. It's hurt so many people, and it really bothers me. And now it's taken so many years now. Now, I'm sure the Rip Trippers is much more upset than I am. Have you guys noticed how many Rip Trippers giveaways there are now on his Instagram? There's like 3 a week now, right? Or 4. That's because now he needs to make income there. And what he's done is he's gone to the sponsors and said, you need to pay me $2,000 and I will run a giveaway and give away 45 of these, and we'll do it when we get 10,000 likes or whatever. And they're like, okay, he can do that because he's got 165,000 followers. And before, he was making that money on YouTube. But he's probably the only one that's upfront about this stuff and telling the truth. Everybody else is trying to pretend like they're doing it for Vapers, and they're not. I mean, what I'm trying to do for Vapers is keep people from buying the same old shit every time. Because that's what they're trying to do, is make you buy the same shit every time. Oh, there's a new color screen on your temperature control.
Let's put it in a different colored bow.
Yeah.
Shiny package.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys are great. My rant is off. I'm sorry. I just wanted to rant. I'm sorry. I fucking do that before this.
Ranting's good. Ranting's good. It's good to rant.
I'm genuinely upset that all these years of effort are so devalued by Google and YouTube. And just so it's a lot of effort to do this. And I do it for the viewers and for smokers. So smokers can stop vaping or start vaping and stop smoking and not die. Not die like so many of my relatives have died.
Yeah,
anyway.
Truth.
Being a bummer. So, oh, and Muhammad says Rip is not honest in his reviews. And I can't speak to that, to be honest. Like, I don't always agree with him. And I don't always disagree with him. Sometimes I can tell he's just doing it for the money. Like the Captain review was just totally phoned in, I thought. But so let's get to, I always love all you guys, by the way. All you guys are great. Everybody in chat is great. We have so many great, loyal viewers. I thought that since we had been off for a couple of weeks, because I've been busy and upset about Google trying to deal with this, that people wouldn't be showing up. But look, instantly, there's tons of people in here chatting with us. All of my favorite people and viewers. Jim and, there's Darth Zabalba, too, that I just saw him. He said he got some nude mix in yesterday. Oh, I love it. And there's Todd Wester, too. Jim asked where Double D's is from. She's from the UK, by the way, if she didn't say that. And so, show us your Ultra. How is that thing? We saw it on Instagram, but everybody didn't get to participate.
I like it. It's purty. It's shiny. It's a real purty little mod.
So
I like it. It's sweet. It's my first Mac mod as far as without being a squonker. But yeah, it's pretty nice. One little thing I have found is it's a little rattly.
It's so strange that, on my original unboxing, which was maybe 3 weeks ago, right here, you guys can find a link to that on my channel. On my original unboxing, it rattled. And I remember like, thank you so much, Jim. Jim Octrason sent in 10 pounds too. And that's so nice. You have helped me feed the dog and buy electricity for this endeavor, which my beautiful girlfriend Aileen pays for. Mine, it was rattling at the time, and I was like, this is a little bit of a bummer that it rattles, but it's weird that it doesn't always do this. And I put a piece of paper in there like you did. And then one of the comments on the views was, make sure you put the battery in upside down so the negative is facing up, and then the magnet grabs it, and it shouldn't rattle. And so, and you're doing that, right?
Right.
You've said so. And so that's why I'm confused why yours rattles and mine doesn't. Like,
that is correct.
And in case you guys are wondering, we have the same batteries. He and I discussed the fact that he also uses electrical tape on his batteries to label some of them. And he said that those didn't rattle, but the iJoy ones did. And so anyway, this is just something that we don't have an answer. This is just something we're noticing. The iJoy ones have thick wraps and they feel solid to me.
Well, I was reading Mooch's review of the iJoys, and there is a variance between the wraps. And it's like, I don't know. There's a small variance. Mm-hmm. It's like between 24 and like 24.8 or something like that. You know what I mean? And
so it's pure coincidence. I happen to have all the ones that are the fatties or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So there you go. Fatter wraps are better. And what's your solution? Tape or a little piece of paper?
Yeah, I just have a little ring of electrical tape, which I label all my batteries so I get them burning and used at the same time and not putting wear and tear on the same ones.
But I'm warning you, remember, only do that with the ones that you know are too thin, because I tell you, that will not work in the Captain if you did that with my batteries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the Samsung has, but that doesn't explain the fact that I can't test that because all of my Samsungs have a piece of electrical tape around them. And I guess I'm not taking it off. Like it doesn't come off easily. It comes right off. Hey, Caleb Rogers, great to see you. It looks like Muhammad Essop says he needs a mech He's been vaping 3 years and never used a mech. Very limited vape gear in South Africa. Oh, and Jim recommends thicker magnets. That's also a good idea because this is one cool thing about this thing. I don't know if you noticed this. Did you take the top off, the magnet part, just to look at it? Yeah, so
and you know what I was going to say?
you could do a lot with this.
You had mentioned how your adhesive on your battery got pulled right off. Same thing happened on mine. My adhesive on this battery, the bottom battery, the battery came right off, or the magnet came right off of the little Delrin sleeve.
Oh, I didn't think it had any adhesive in it.
Yeah, it does. You can see the little marks on the back of the magnet where the adhesive was.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that, but that's interesting. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it pulls right out of it. If you go negative to negative, positive to positive.
It just came out and stuck to the top. So I obviously.
Yeah, you had mentioned that last review or so, and I just
did it happen on my other one? I guess I just forgot.
It happened in the middle of the review last time, and then I was sitting here, I was fiddling with the top of it. Oh, there it goes, just did it. But yeah, the little Delrin sleeve or whatever, there's some adhesive that, but whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Excuse me.
I mean, I give them points for making it user serviceable, but yeah, they're taking a little hit here for having some assembly problems.
Yeah.
Now it's good when the battery's in because then you're holding that magnet there through the Delrin, right? So it's all good then. But when you pull this battery out of here, it gets a little bit tough to get the battery off the top.
Yep.
I like the simplicity of this. I love the soft touch button.
Yeah.
Not fond of these little nitpicky things.
Yeah. And then another subjective thing with that soft touch button that I notice is when I'm sitting here hitting it or using the fire button, pressing down on it, especially whenever I'm trying to use like a pinky fire, my fire button will spin in a circle and it'll almost give me the impression that I'm unthreading my mod.
That's funny because mine spins a little bit, but it never moves very far. I mean, for that to move far, you'd have to be like isn't it?
Can you see me spinning it?
For some reason.
Spins.
Oh, I know it spins freely inside of it.
Yeah. I'm just saying it as I'm sitting here hitting it, it's spinning for me, and it's just like.
Well, that's what's weird to me is that how is it? Just the way I hold this. Oh, that's because you're just using a weird pinky thing. That's not really the way you're supposed to do that. I mean, you're barely making any surface contact and you're pushing down. So that's why.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just explaining.
Don't judge me and my pinky hinting.
Obviously, but that does show that it's a soft touch button. I don't like using my pinky, but you're right. My hand's too big for that actually. But I really dig this thing a lot.
Oh, I mean, it's super small. But when I got it, my girl's like, "Is it for the vaping on the go?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's super compact."
Adventure sport, yeah, like this and a little 60 is a super kit. And I grabbed this thing in my easy dripper. You guys know what an easy dripper is. It's in the other room right now, but it's that little thing you go squirt, squirt. Great combo. Like you're just out the door.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about getting a vape sling, but all mechs can use a vape sling. Am I right? Hey, there's Darth Zabalba. He got a grenade. VT Vape Guy, everybody, love you guys. You know, one thing I was going to, do we stick our tea out with our pinky out with our tea? That's what Jim wants to know. I can't with this mug, but I can. That looks stupid.
I try to, even with my pop, even when I'm drinking my pop.
But so I think I'm coming to the conclusion that I like this thing, but it's a little bit fragile for me, just as far as the finish goes. I'm going to try to see how number 2 goes. But for me, the star is the fact that it's a 2700 mech and the Carat RDA. That's really what I love. I'm into the Carat RDA like crazy. I think it's amazing for being a little low pro. Mm-hmm. You've had a day with it. What do you think?
I like it.
Whole day.
I like it. I mean, it's like, I'm not a big fan of velocity decks, but
What do
It's
you like?
better
You
than
like
this.
4-post or 2-post?
Yeah,
Or no,
I
you like
like
4-hole? Is that what I'm thinking?
I like clamps.
Yeah. Oh
No,
yeah,
yeah.
clamps too. I forgot.
I like clamps. I like clamp systems. It seems a lot easier, especially whenever I'm putting in more, not trying to fuck up my leads and shit.
That's very
But
contemporary view. It's funny because clamps didn't even really happen till last year. They hit the scene huge, and it's funny because that was really the big innovation last year. Was that there had been experiments with clamps in the late 2015s, but 2016 the Goon came out, and that was in February, and that was the bomb that hit. It was like, look, clamps can be good, and so that's awesome. That is cool. A lot of people can't stand it, but I'm with you. I like it. Airflow's good. Air right next to the coils a lot of times, and gives you other options.
indeed,
You get a Goon, right?
yeah, I got 2 guns, and I got an LP.
Yeah, I love that.
I like the LP a lot. I do. I wish I could fit bigger things in it, but I still like my LP.
It's one thing I like about this Carrot, is that it's like a bigger LP that is the same exact size. It's literally the same size as the LP, and the fact that they built the drip tip into the top cap, the way they did with this one, is brilliant. The LP tried to do it to combine. I don't like the top cap on the LP. It should be one piece,
No.
and And they did a clever thing with this bezeling. This is just a clever design. It's not groundbreaking, but it's like, oh shit, yes, what a good idea. They built the sidewall up a little bit, and they put the airflow on a bezel. So it's intrinsically, some people are not going to like this because it isn't like full air. Like this is not a Kennedy, it's not like that huge air. I like restricted air in the middle. Love this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Jim says, get involved, grip that shit and squeeze like a man. He's telling me. Jim's got a lot of nice mix. Jim just bought a sub-ohm and a Rig V3 that's got, or V4, whatever they are, that's got the 18650 and the 2700 Rig. Anybody wants to trade my entire rig with I have a beautiful white rig that's perfect. I want the 2700 model. I'll trade you. What I have a problem with is that sometimes I press the button and it doesn't fire. Worked great that time.
I haven't had that issue. Not yet. Knock on wood.
So good. Could be my batteries. When I had the batteries in the wrong way, they arced too, and that wasn't good. I have a little mark on the bottom of mine. God, it's so good. I love the Carrot RDA. Really, it's like you guys saw me build on it. It was that last video. It's really just a small velocity deck. So let's talk other shit that we were excited about. The drop. We're all getting the drop, right? Who isn't getting the drop? I don't get excited about RDAs. And this one I'm excited about.
Excited about. That airflow on it is super interesting. I can't wait. And then the fucking little clip things on the post, the way they're slanted.
For me, that's it, because that's about every day. And I'm telling you, when you're making coils, just to be able to drop them in there, see them at the same height, and cut that right, and have that makes itself into a self-guiding thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like its own jig. Oh, brilliant. It's its own jig. You stick it in there and cut it to length. There you go. You want them tall, short? Like, you can't screw, I feel like it'll be harder to screw up. You mentioned how you love the Goon because the clamps are easy to build on. And there are two kinds of people who bought the Goon. I was the first guy to buy the Goon because I was like, that looks like an idiot could build on it. That's for me. That's what I thought. I thought, oh my God, I can't fuck that up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of true. They had some problems with the bezel. There's some nitpicky problems, but really, pretty much, it's like, but this one has individual cutouts for each one, and I love that. I can't wait to use it. And the airflow is really going to make or break it, right? Because because that's where we're gonna. You'll either like it or not like it, or it'll drip, or it'll leak, or it won't, or whatever. So, I'm definitely interested, but I haven't been excited about a deck in a long time. And, that's just because some of them are just experiments and ways to make Instagram porn look cooler. And that's nothing wrong with that, but it's not vaping at all.
Yeah, like I was looking at the dead rabbit for some time, which
I'm
is
still
very
interested in that.
similar. Very
Yeah.
similar to the drop. Very similar to the drop. Doesn't have the same airflow, and the deck is similar, but those cutouts on it are like they're square. So whenever you're trying to get your scissors in there, your cutoffs in there, it's more of a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah, screw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But with the drop, you don't have that issue.
Dude, lower your chair down so like maybe 4 inches. Are you down
It's
with
because
that?
I'm sitting Indian style here.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's what it is.
You know, that's the hardest thing about doing these things all the time is staying still. I'm like an ADD type where I don't like to stop moving.
Well, I have terrible back issues, so
Oh, then
you
never
know what I
mind.
mean.
Then ignore what I said. Yeah,
No, you're
forget it.
good.
No, no,
You're
no.
good.
I've got nothing but sympathy. If your back hurts, do whatever you have to. That's what I do. And I just tell people, you don't understand. My back hurts. I don't have the options.
Yeah,
So go back to where you were if you're comfortable. Anyway,
I'm comfortable
so
here. It's cool. I'm good.
it looks like Jim says Smock Stand was like Toys R Us as normal and the same kind of thing going on, except he won't buy Smock stuff. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I think Smock came back to me a little bit this year, like as a little bit of a redemption that no they didn't. Smock has been knocking off the same old crap all year long, right?
18650, everything.
And just the same old mods with different LEDs, more TFV 12 coils, more of the same junk.
The TFV8 baby, except the airflow comes from the top rather than from the bottom.
That's a good tank.
I never tried it.
I endorse those tanks if you want something like that. They all have good flavor, but they're all juice hogs. But the Big Baby is my favorite one of those. I'm certain that X Baby is good, but Smock is not innovating. They're just cranking out more different versions of the same one. Like my Big Baby. Oh, here's the problem. There's nothing wrong with these tanks. They're great. The coils are expensive as hell. Like $2 to $5 pretty much minimum each, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I bought the RBA for mine because I didn't want to have to deal with that shit. But yeah.
Yeah, and I've got all the RBAs too, but I got to review these things. I got a tank from iJoy recently that's the Captain Mini, and I like the Captain Mini quite a bit more than I like the Captain.
Right.
I can't get replacement coils though. I have a problem with all the companies that send me everything to review. Like here's the Greens tank. The Greens tank came with one coil. That's it, one coil. So I can't even test killing it. Don't they understand? Like they want us to do their R&D, but they don't send us the stuff we asked for to make real decisions about the questions we want to ask. You know what questions they want us to ask? Where can you buy it? That's the only question they want us to ask. Where can my viewers buy it? And, you know, they don't often even answer that question. And I'm not kidding. So it's just like, okay.
But yeah, you want to test the limits. It makes perfect sense. Why not?
That's how I see everything on the desk. I mean, I get everything on the desk and I need to break it. That's what I do. It's like if I don't break it, then it's the best thing in the world. If I can't break it, then it is the greatest item in the world. But I can break anything. Even my Nuve mod is broken at this moment, and it's been, 3 years? That's outlasted almost all of my other mods. My Captain mod isn't as reliable as that, and that is a custom-made mod by a human being in Florida. Just saying. You pay for what you get.
Yeah. I didn't know your Nuve shit the bed.
It didn't really shit the bed. It's just that for some reason, the chip, I don't know what happened. Like it stopped. I don't know if I did it or not. Like I was experimenting with really low builds one day, and I was going from the mod to the Nuve mod, and I think I put the wrong one on there, and I think I had one on that I was working on the Nuve mod, and stuck the screwdriver in. I'm not sure I didn't screw up the chip that day. So I think I did it, but I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'll ask Lewis to fix it for me.
It has the MOSFET in it, or?
It's got a OKL T20 in it.
Oh, okay.
A modded OKL T20 in it. It's good. I love that chip. Double D's got her E-Leaf mod on, which her E-Leaf is a lot like my little Captain Capo, rather. This is like a fat little e-leaf. I love this thing. Actually, it says 100 watts. You know, like any single battery mod. I'm just going to take the same build that Brady and I are building. We have really similar builds in there. Tell everybody what that build is you put on your Carrot. It came with it, right?
Yeah, I just threw in what it came with, and it's like I think it was saying it was a 0.17, something like that.
I think you did say that.
Yeah, I think it was like 0.17, somewhere around there. I'll let you know here. Uno momento, por favor.
One day Zay May is asking a question. Hey, Smock Alien keeps jumping from 0.3 to 0.7. It jumps back and forth when I connect and reconnect my RDA. It's harsh as fuck, unsmokable, atomizer short. What do you do? This is common.
That's your Smock product.
No, I don't think it is. It's take it apart. The coil is touching the side of the RBA, or one of the coils is clipped and broken at the post, and you don't know it. And it's only connected by one of the Clapton wires or something. That's 85% of the time. That's what's going on when you have that problem. The ohms are going crazy. It's saying atomizer short. Atomizer short means it's touching the sidewall, almost guaranteed. Or that one side is just one of the sides could be poking through and touching the other side's negative or positive, and because you clipped it, kind of hairy. Or like I said, the core could have cracked, and you're only connecting on the wraps, and it's making a really half-assed attempt. And yes, you're getting. Oh, also another side effect is your cotton has split in the middle. That has also happened, which is a guarantee of a bad vape. You know how it is. Like when you you've got a 2.5 millimeter coil, you put it on there, you vape it at too high, like 150, kind of dry, and you're like, oops, you drip it, and then from then on, it just tastes harsh all the time. That's because the coil, in the middle where it got hottest, it burnt through the cotton, but the cotton looks fine, it feels firm. So pull it out, new cotton, under the dishwasher, under the faucet, scrub it with your toothbrush when it's cool. I can't stress to you guys enough. Don't scrub your coils when they're hot with synthetic anything. It burns it. They're made of plastic. Anything that's synthetic, do not touch a hot coil with it because it gets plastic on your coil. Use metal or water ceramic. Or cotton. Yeah, or ceramic. Yeah. Cotton is fine because cotton is an organic thing. Good Lord, Double D's worked 109 hours of overtime this month. I'd love the money.
That'll give you a nice vape budget.
Mm-hmm. Double D's going to get something cool. That's cool. She's going to go to a local vape shop, have some fun. What are you vaping on, Brady? Let's talk e-liquid.
ATM, I am using some Reds Apple e-juice. It's a mentholated candied apple.
Oh, mentholated, really? For real?
Yeah, it's iced. It's
Whoa.
iced. But it is phenomenal. I fucking love it.
That's cool. So you like menthol?
I used to be a mentholated smoker. So, yeah.
It's funny, that isn't a guarantee though. I smoked Cools too, and I hate menthol. Not hate, but I hate menthol vape. But
most of the time I do. Most of the time I do hate menthol vape.
I think it's because I think I actually like menthol vape, but it's in very, very small quantities, and just for my own taste. And I think that most of it is just really bad. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you get one you like.
Yeah, I tried one and it tasted like a fucking cough syrup. I mean, like I'm gonna keep it off to the side whenever like maybe cold and flu season comes around, and I'm a little congested and I need something, because I'm telling you what, that shit will clean your sinuses. But yeah,
I'm sending you this. I'm going to send you Frozenophilia. And the reason is that
I want to try that. I've been wanting to try that.
I have this extra bottle, and it's in 0. You'll have to add your own nick. But I have this, and I haven't given it away, and I wanted it to. I keep on wanting to send it to a UK viewer, and I can't, because UK people like menthols more than Americans do. This is just an observation on my part. Mm-hmm. And you're an American who likes menthol, so you are actually within mailing distance of me. I can give you this, so I think that's great. I would really like to. Because I've been trying to get people to try it. I actually kind of like it, and it's shocking to me that I'm like, wow, why is this delicious to me? Like, this should be terrible, but it's not terrible. It's really good.
Well, Colin, Chili Dog, and I had a conversation one time about, mentholated vapes and whatnot. And with some of them, they use an ingredient that's called culotta, and it gives like a cooling sensation. So I don't know if that's maybe what I'm getting with this iced apple or what, but it's not like a harsh menthol where it's like a mint,
Mm-hmm.
because even whenever I have my menthol extract that I use for my DIY, it's in the smallest amount, it's still super overpowering, and it's got that minty menthol to it. But yeah, man, that iced apple is sweet. But yeah, I like it. I dig it.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So everybody, Jim's got the Paduke mod. That's really nice. It says, one day Zayme says, hey, you're right. My coil is a Clapton. It has a really small wire that was free at the end of the post. So I tucked it up in the post, and it's making it short on Musketeer RDA. Yeah, that's a symptom. That's a thing. I see that so much because I'm a lazy slob. And that's not why, because I'm a human being. You do stuff, whatever. And sometimes you crank that. Sometimes you just cut the wire with a post. Some RDAs and RTAs have sharp grubs that, slop them up. Hey, there's Josh. How are you, buddy? That's great. And you can, but you guys notice his symptoms. You can tell those symptoms. You're like short, atomizer short. And the ohm readings are like, rrr, and you're like, I know that's 0.6. Like, why is it going from 0.6 to 0.9 constantly? There's a little wire screwed up somewhere, especially if you're on Claptons. I'm trying to find, okay, Frozen Ophelia. That's good. Who all is in chat? A lot of people. Julie, Jim, Ems, Josh, Monday's 8A. Andrew. Hey, Andrew. Good afternoon. Great to see you. We're just we're just having a vape chat. We're talking about apple menthol vapes. Yum.
Yeah. I like it a lot. Reds, iced apple. Simply
nice.
delectable. Made by 7 Days e-juice.
Hey, there's Jason Bond. Hey, let me get a shout out from the audience. If you're in the audience, just shout out and say hey, and where you're from. And I just want to see where everybody's from, just out of my own curiosity. That's cool. Yeah, and I'm so stoked that the guys over at Volare VIP sent me, they're doing another promo, and so I'm doing some stuff on Instagram where I'm just posting these, and I love this stuff. I wouldn't do it because, whatever, but this stuff is delicious. People send me all kinds of juice. I get contacted for people to send me juice all the time. Most of the stuff they send me is garbage, and just no one ever hears about it. But oh my God, this is delicious. I contacted them right back when they said this, and I was like, wow, you made a cherry vape that's delicious. Like, I'm in. Like, I'm going to tell everyone to go try your vape. It's delicious. It's really yummy. But you have to watch out because the cherries taste like cough syrup to people. It's really, those ingredients that they use are bad, but these guys did a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the medicinal taste, and it just turns you off,
Boston, Bristol, Birmingham.
It's a lot of bees.
Hey, join us on Facebook. We're on facebook.com, groups/Juicy Jones. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Juicy Jones HQ. It's Juicy Jones on Twitter and Juicy Jones HQ on Instagram. That's me. I'll run a cute little graphic. Do I have something that I can play? Yeah. That didn't work. Maybe this is so unspontaneous, isn't it?
Ba-na-na.
Vaping Down to Dusk. That's my show here. Jason Bond's asking what this funky little mod I'm vaping on. This little mod is the iJoy Capo 100. And they just came out with a squonk version. It's coming out like in a week or something. You'll be able to see it within a month. And I love this. It's a single 21700 mod. And 21700 refers to the size of the battery. It'll take three sizes of battery: 21700, 2700, and 18650. And that, of course, refers to the diameter, which is 21 or 20 millimeters, and 70 millimeters long, 700. And the last 0 means it's round. It comes with a battery. It came with a little tank called the Captain Mini, which I actually like. I'd like some more coils for it, though. iJoy, please send me some more coils. Please.
Did you see that the Capo Small comes with a different RDA than that one?
Yeah.
Comes with the triangle RDA. I don't know.
I did see that. I wasn't super excited about it. What do you think?
I didn't get to see the deck. I just know it's called the triangle RDA. That's all.
Any of you guys in the audience see that? That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know what the deck looks like. I just know it's called the triangle RDA.
I remember looking at it. I know we talked about me typing. I shouldn't do that, but I did for a second.
Clickety click click click.
I know it's
clickety clack clack clack.
Terrible. I just want to see a picture of the deck real quick. And you guys in the audience chime in and tell us what you think about this. Josh is in Oklahoma. I'm originally from Texas. We have our rivalries. I was watching a TV show that showed Josh's hometown on there the other day, and I was like, oh, look at that. I think I messaged him. His birthday was this last week. You guys wish him a happy birthday. He just turned 29.
Happy birthday.
I'm just kidding. I just say everyone's 29 because it's the only safe birthday. Hey, there's Joshua Wiest. Great to see you. We were just talking new gear and stuff. We're excited about the drop RDA. We're excited. I'm looking up a picture of the deck of the new triangle RDA, the bottom feeder that comes with the iJoy. And this is our friend Brady Bier. You guys join us on Discord, by the way. If you're not in Discord, it's our private chat channel. You can always chat with me on there. We have the Vape Fam in there. I don't have a link right now, but if someone has one, you should get it to me. There's one in the chat of the previous episode. If you go to my YouTube channel, I put one in there, and I can put it back here before we leave. There are no pictures of the deck on this.
I know, it's drag. I couldn't find any.
And I thought it was a post list, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Hey, there's Chili Dog. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur. Bienvenue. Yeah, just a... That's really interesting that I can't seem to find a picture of the deck.
Postless, though, you say?
I think. I'm not sure.
That piques my interest, sir. I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
My Pulse 24 from Vandy Vape, really love that RDA. I mean, if you want to, that's super easy. Super easy. You just got to make sure your legs are all the same length. That's all. And then you're good.
That's cool.
Super easy to build on. So easy, even I could do it.
Somebody find us a picture of that deck for the Triangle RDA from iJoy.
Stat.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to be, I'm so excited. Mike Buryanek, a great viewer who we have, there's an episode with him on there where we interviewed him for Vaping Down to Desk. He is sending the channel the Rulo RX2 that has the 2700 battery. So that's cool. We're going to get that. We're going to review it, see what's going on. I'll do another review pretty soon of the Capo 100 kit. I think this is great. I mean, one of the things I like about it is that when you're using RDAs and stuff, when they leak around the outside, which is inevitable, it doesn't put the battery in any danger because the battery is actually raised up. This little design is kind of cool, and they keep the negative thing real shallow so it doesn't make huge indentations on your batteries. It's pretty cool.
Very nice, very nice.
And the electronics are like pretty good. It suffers from not having fast charging. Because these things support 2700, they should support 2 amp charging like the Anakin does.
The Relo 2700 is a 1.8 amp internal charging.
Oh, so close.
Very close. Very close.
Good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. And I'll time it. So that makes it reasonable, man.
Yeah. Just wanted to give you on that little tidbit.
The That's super cool.
Yeah, something.
I busted out my Anakin just to make you sad because yours is in the shop.
Sigh.
Don't you love these things? I'm just gonna put it on bypass. Fuck it.
They're fucking amazing. I
It's
love
the same
them.
thing you're vaping on, right? I like it on voltage, man. Personally, I love the voltage mode on this. Yeah, in fact, I can turn up the voltage mode and not have all this ramp up time.
Yeah.
Still choose through batteries.
What voltage did you set it at?
It's
What did you
at
put it at?
3.7 volts. That's 72 watts. Yum. One day Zay May says, "Hey, thanks, Juicy Jones. Fixed my problem. Thought it was my smock being fucked. Now it's smokable. I can't get them. I don't get the message anymore. And it's staying at the right ohms. Yeah. When in doubt, tighten up your build. Don't. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to take your shit apart and go, oh. And the worst is when you had an RDA that's perfect, and then your juice has gunked up one of the coils, and now it'll never fire evenly again. You know what I mean? No matter how much you clean it. It's like, time for some new coils then.
Indubitably.
Chili Dog wants to know how you're doing with the Ultra, how you like it. How are you enjoying the Ultra, Brady? I should just read his question.
I am enjoying it. I like it a lot. My first mechanical mod, and it has been a pleasure. Actually, I haven't squonked for 24 hours. I just put an RDA on my squonk and was enjoying a little bit of apple juice instead of the one.
So it's actually your second mechanical, because that squonk is mechanical, right? It's just that it's
yeah.
And what Brady does is Brady does the Ohm's law calculations and figures out that his batteries are safe. One of the reasons that we use and are so excited about the new 2700 batteries is that they're safe to 30 amps. All of them. Well, not all of them. What am I saying? What the fuck? Yeah. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Rewind, strike that out. All the ones we own and recommend are safe for 30 amps, is what I mean. And so the iJoy, these Samsungs are slightly better and have better battery life. The 21700 also good. There are ones out there and brands that are no good right now available, and pretty soon there'll be more. But this is a better thing, a safer thing to use on your bypass or whatever, because you know that you can go to your amp calculator on oh my
Steam
God,
calculator.
Thank you, steam-calculator.com, and enter it in. And when you go to 30 amps, you know that it's going to be safe to run. Testify.
And yes, very safe. I use it. I use my calculator all the time to figure out that I am not going to blow my face off.
And the deal is you have to know what your own batteries are, right? You don't build against some abstract battery standard. You build against what you know Mooch has said about the cells you're putting in your thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. You got to make sure that you have this. You're looking at the right batteries, and you make sure you're looking at the right, chart whenever you're looking at Mooch's charts, because you have the Sanyo 2700A, and then you have the 2700B.
Confusing.
You have iJoys.
A is good. A is good.
A is good.
A is good.
B
is bad.
B is only like 20 amp or something.
15.
I believe.
B is
15.
bad.
15 amp. Yeah.
If you're running 19 watts in regulated mods, no problem.
Yeah.
But if you're building like you and me, B is bad.
Yeah.
So go on, Sanyo, A and B.
Yeah, Sanyo A and B. B not so good, but iJoy is going to have now they're including with all their mods 4 legs on their batteries, and that's only going to be on what they're including in their kits, allegedly, and it's going to be I don't know what the amp limit. Yeah.
Amp King's the other brand. Well, the thing is, there's some controversy because they changed the PTC rings, which are the little rings on top of these batteries. And iJoy didn't just change the PTC rings. They say they accidentally put the wrong batteries in them and shipped them out, because the iJoy has 2 varieties of these. There are Panasonic is selling 2 varieties of these. They're selling the 15 amp ones and they're selling the 30 amp ones. And it's the same thing as iJoy A and B. or Sanyo A and B. So Panasonic owns Sanyo, who makes these batteries. And iJoy accidentally, quote unquote, sent out some that aren't suitable that had 4 legs. So they say that they're going to have 4 legs going forward, but we're going to need to be testing them through Mooch to make sure that the ones we see are 30 amp continuous discharge batteries. It's important, you know.
Yep. So yeah, check your voltage, your amp limits. Make sure you're not putting too low vape resistance build into your atomizer, and yeah, you should be within your safe limits.
And watch the video in the description of this channel called "Search for the Super Battery" on YouTube. In fact, go to YouTube to search for Nova, search for Super Battery, and it will explain to you how batteries are made and how they fail and why they fail. You're going to learn a lot about batteries if you watch that video and about why they fail. And it lets you look at your own batteries and have confidence and know how your own handling affects them. These are dangerous little hand grenades that if you let them go a couple of years charging them wrong, it'll screw them up. Am I right there?
Yeah, yeah. Keep your shit inside some cases. Never carry it in an empty pocket with metal objects.
Especially, oh my God, that's a terrible idea. Don't put them on the table with other metal stuff. These are, and the new 2700 standards, they're all designed to be charged at 2 amps. So you can charge them at half an amp or 1 amp or 2, and their whole lifetime is supposed to be charged at 2 amps. These are designed to be power packs for solar energy stations and electric cars. So one of the reasons they made these batteries is they wanted batteries that charge and hold power a lot better and longer than 18650s and 26650s. 26650s are an especially big disappointment because they never successfully solved the problems with them dissipating heat out of the center of these things. And so they just never achieve the MAW standards, the price cuts, and the amp limits that they need for any kind of electrical work that's serious. That's why laptops and power tools all still use 18650s instead of 26650s. That's why. If they had made it work, they would have made it work. But they made 2700 work. And it's pretty cool. Chili Dog is posted in the URL. That's so nice. I'm going to actually... steam-engine.org. I just posted it in there. A linkable click. Clickable, linkable, clicky click for you. So that 0.17 build that's in there in your Carrot RDA?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's saying 0.16 today, good. But yeah. Yeah. A little bit of use breaking in the coils. Reading at 1.6, but yeah. It's I like this RDA a lot.
It's the star of the show. I love the Mac. It makes me feel paranoid that I can't have nice things. Like I'm going to pull it out for holidays. Although I love it. I took this thing to the theater and it was just such a great thing. It's such a small little Mac. It's like so good.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit hesitant on taking it out. I'm probably going to keep it just in the home.
Yeah, because it's like, so easy to screw up.
Oh, it's so pretty. Mm-hmm. You know, it's elegant and sexy and sleek.
Oh, it makes me feel like I've got something nice.
Yeah, like I own like a Porsche or something, you know?
It's super nice.
Fucking, but the WizMac single 2700 Mac I have on the way. I'll be a little more frivolous with.
Gonna beat it like a rented mule.
Yeah.
Hey, so look at that. It's our time. No wonder I was feeling the call. Like I was, and subconsciously I knew it, but it's almost an hour in, so we got to go. I've got so much stuff to do today. My girlfriend's birthday is soon, and so we're having a birthday celebration for her today. And I still have to do a Discord or a gigantic live stream today, Sabado Gigante. And I'm so sad. They actually, Perfect World closed up 2 video game shops to do 2 big ones this week, and one of them was gigantic. They reduced it down to just a maintenance crew at Motiga, and the other one was Runic Games, who own Torchlight and just came out with Hob. That studio is closed, and they're in Seattle too, which makes me sad. So we're still gonna stream our gigantic just because we love that game. It's still the funnest ever. Dude, I want to thank you, Brady. In just 1 second, I want you to you can say whatever you want to say to everybody because we're going to vape out. Everybody in chat, I'm Juicy Jones. This is Juicy Jones HQ. You've been watching Orbital Vaping Headquarters, and this is Vaping Dawn to Dusk, a Saturday show where we just hang out and chat and talk about stuff. And I want to thank you, Brady, for coming on the show and hanging out. Pistols.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to be on this great, lovely day with you and on this show with you, talking to everybody. Yeah, I'm Brady, the Vapor, formerly known as Brady on IG. TheVaporFormally at Instagram.
Thank you. And I was too lazy to make a subheader thing for us this morning. I didn't have time. So I love all you.
3 days.
Thank you so much. Let's have a vape and we'll take off. Have a great Saturday. See you this Wednesday for Vape AM. And thanks. Thank you.